Hey guys, AJ here, back with another one for you. So once again, we're going to talk about
Lesbians.
Lesbian.
Lesbians.
Lesbians. Lesbian.
Lesbians. Lesbians.
That's right, guys. We're going to talk about the lesbians, and I have a whole series about this type of foolishness, guys, and how all these chicks think, "Oh yeah, I'm going to date girls. There's no toxic males around. It's going to be dolphins and rainbows and all these emotions. It's going to be perfect." And then they actually start dating girls and figure out
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
guys, we've talked about how they complain about how hard it is to date girls, how hard it is to approach girls, how much it costs to date girls, right? How bad their divorces go, how they lose custody, okay? All the same reasons. And today, guys, we're gonna talk about cheating, okay? Because guys, they get cheated on a whole bunch too. So we're gonna get into this, but before we do, guys, like, subscribe, drop a comment because it really helps keep this channel going. And check out my second channel linked in the description. Guys, so we have an article here, emotional cheating and lesbian couples, why it's an issue. So this is a real big issue. But before we read this, guys, let's go to the wonderful garbage pile known as TikTok.
So many views about this, especially because in lesbian land, it is such a grey, blurred area, specifically when lesbians are friends with lesbians and they claim to not be attracted to them and they claim that the other person doesn't have intent or motive with them either or may not find them attractive. There's been friends of friends that have lied about, you know, having a previous relationship or fling or having slept with one of their friends and then just not telling their partner.
Look at that.
So I think it's all about transparency and just a bit of story time with one of my relationships. My partner basically was really good friends with this lesbian and she looked pretty much identical to me, but she claimed that there was no attraction there, she would never get with her, blah, blah, blah. And I was a little bit skeptical because I'm like, how can you not find her attractive if she pretty much is my doppelganger? Just saying. But anyway, it came out when she was drunk that basically she messaged her and said that she wants to come neck her. So that was great. And I would classify that as emotionally cheating because...
There it is, guys. There it is. There it is, guys. Everyone thinks that it's just guys. This happens to guys what
Lesbians.
have their girlfriends texting people at 3 o'clock in the morning too. Clown world.
They're messaging behind my back, talking about hooking up. The intent is there, the motive is there. Clearly they found each other attractive. Don't know what went down, probably never will. And I think if you find someone attractive and you are speaking to them or you are emotionally investing your time in them outside of your primary partner, then that is emotionally cheating. Like you are relying on them to talk about things, to open up, and you have attraction to them. I feel like...
Isn't it funny, guys? Isn't it funny how these
Lesbians.
can define that as cheating? But the moment that a guy says to his girl, "Hey, you know what? I would prefer if you didn't have all those guy friends and those simps around you." All of them say,
How dare you?
"You're trying to control my body and who I hang out with." Blah, 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 right?
You should just cut them off. If there is anyone outside of your relationship that is going to jeopardize or potentially sabotage your relationship, that you can see yourself potentially, you know, getting feelings for that person or them trying to home wreck your relationship, you should be emotionally mature enough to cut that off or even just be honest with your partner about it. Like, communication is everything, and I would be more understanding and appreciate it more if my partner said, "Look, like, I've met this person, like there's a bit of attraction there, or we have a bit of a connection, but I'm willing to cut them off because I want to be with you and work on it with you." That would hurt me a lot less. Like, it would still hurt me a little bit because I feel like you need to kind of open yourself up in order to like someone else. Because for me, when I'm in love with someone, I only have eyes for them. Like, I could not physically like someone else. Like, I just instantly put everyone in the friendship bucket, and I make that very clear that I'm in a
Well, then she must be an outlier because we all know all these chicks have a backup plan, right, guys? Straight, lesbian, whatever. Girls always have backup plans. And guys, her hashtags. Hashtag women love women. Hashtag LDHDTEV. Hashtag lesbian. Hashtag women love women relationship. Hashtag cheating. Hashtag dating advice. Hashtag relationship advice. Hashtag relationship tips.
relationship, and I'm happy in a relationship. And if they want to have any sort of connection with me, it's going to be on a friendship basis. Like, I'm just a one-woman girl, strictly one person. So, of course, it would hurt me to know that they have a connection with someone else, but I would be more inclined to move past it and work with my partner on that. Emotionally cheating is actually way worse than physical cheating. None of them will fly with me, but an emotional affair is basically just the gateway to a physical affair. Most of the time, the emotional affair or emotionally cheating with that person ends up in them being in a relationship.
And guys, we've been saying that, especially us red pill guys, have been saying this for years, and we get called misogynists, right? Guys, even she's saying this. Emotional cheating is way worse. And guys, who cheats emotionally more, men or women? We all know that women do, right? You know what I'm saying? So we know that it's way worse. Good luck, chick, because you must not want to date women then if you expect to not get emotionally cheated on. Clown world. Look at this chick. Guys, come on. If she's not a
Lesbian.
I don't know who is, right, guys? Come on now.
I want to tell you a story. So I used to date a really severe narcissist. She was my first major girlfriend, and I was in my 30s. I didn't come out till I was like 28. I'm a lesbian, if you don't know. And
You don't
so
say.
she was a reformed cheater. Spoiler alert, not reformed. But a woman that she had been with for years prior sent her a tape while she and I were together. And it was like this tape where she had recorded all of this hurt and how this person had caused her so much pain, and she was like, it was like her closure thing. This was years ago, so of course, now maybe someone would send a text or whatever, but she sent her a cassette tape.
I was gonna say a cassette tape. That had to be a long time ago. That's in the 80s or something,
And I'll never forget her looking at the tape and looking at me and not being horrified that someone is still so damaged by dating her or any of that. She looked at me and she said, I guess she still thinks of me. And that's when I knew, when you leave a narcissist, when you break up with someone like that, never call them. Never tell them how they've hurt you. Never. So you don't need to send that letter. Don't send that email. You, I'm talking to you. Don't send it. You don't need to. Write it to yourself. Get a journal. Write it all down. Tell all your feelings to you. Talk to your therapist. Talk to your friends. Talk to people that love you and care about you, but do not contact them, because all they do is see it as a sign that you still care, that they still have power. They don't care about you.
Isn't it funny how you see all these chicks on TikTok saying all this narcissist and I got cheated on stuff about guys, and now here we are with a bunch of chicks saying that about chicks? She said it, guys. Her ex was a narcissist and a cheater and all this other stuff, right? So it's not dolphins and rainbows over there. Guys, her hashtags. Hashtag narcissist. Hashtag no contact. Hashtag cheating. Hashtag cheater. Hashtag lesbian. Hashtag unhealthy. Excuse me. Unhealthy relationship. Hashtag emotional vampires.
Not in the way they should. They only care about how you feed the emotional vampire that lives inside of them. Bye.
Clown world.
I would never fuck your sister. Your friends are putting thoughts in your head. They're telling you that they woke up with me in the bed with Samara. I was just spooning her because she was sad about her breakup. You know, your friends, they're just trying to manipulate you, you know? You listen to them. You let them get between our relationship. They said that they saw us naked. Yeah, because body warmth is important. It's the middle of winter, babe. Don't you want me to keep her safe? You know, I care about family. I care about your family because they're my family. Your friends, they just lie. You see your mate with her boyfriend last week? You saw how they got into an argument? It's because she's a bitch. I think you're the issue in this relationship. I think I need some time. I think I need some time away from you. I'm sorry. Like, I didn't realize you were going to be, like, unhappy with that. But, you know, it's your fault for not communicating those boundaries. Like, how was I supposed to know that you didn't want me there? You've gone here and made me look like the bad guy, as you always do, because I'm apparently the worst girlfriend in the world. So we might as well just break up. I would...
So, guys, I let that go, right? Because this is a comedy sketch, but the creator said that this was real. This is how her ex-girlfriend used to gaslight her all the time. And guys, her hashtags: hashtag women love women, hashtag LDHDTV, hashtag lesbian, hashtag lesbians of TikTok. Now, here's the thing that I don't understand. Apparently, these masculine lesbians gaslight chicks just like guys do. So, like, what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? At least get gaslit and cheated on by a dude, you know what I'm saying? But they honestly thought things would be better. And now they're getting gaslit, cheated on, right? And DV'd by a chick wearing a backwards hat and saggy pants, and then a dude. Clown. So there it is, guys. Look at this. Beth thought her girlfriend Sue had been acting differently. Ever since Sue started spending more time with her friend, quote unquote, Amanda, Beth had noticed a change in her behavior. At first, I was happy for Sue, she said. She doesn't have a lot of close friends, and I thought her relationship with Amanda would bring her out of her shell. But then they started calling each other and texting each other constantly. How about that, guys? How many guys do you know said the same thing about their girlfriend doing this, right? I have the nagging feeling that Sue was pulling away from me in our relationship. I know nothing physical was happening, but it just didn't feel right. Look at that. What Beth was experiencing was something called emotional infidelity, and it happens too often in lesbian relationships. Okay? Sue and Amanda had forged a connection to each other that went beyond a close friendship. Amanda started fulfilling the emotional needs for Sue that are integral to an intimate relationship. Guys, so basically,
Lesbians.
cheat on women for the same reason why they cheat on men. This is why chicks always cheat with their tennis instructor, their therapist, if it's a guy, their personal trainer, their massage therapist. He notices me. He makes me feel like I'm a person. All this foolishness, right? Look at that. Look at that. Sue may not have even realized that her behavior in connection to Amanda had moved out of the friend zone and into emotional cheating. There it is. Look at that. An intimate lesbian relationship consists of a framework of emotional connections that create a bond between two women. Before Sue's relationship with Amanda had escalated into cheating, Sue would connect with Beth both physically, hugging, kissing, and getting it on, and emotionally. Unfortunately, emotional cheating is often far more destructive to a
Lesbians.
relationship than physical infidelity. It can go much further before it's acknowledged. Look at that. And this is why, guys, when women cheat, it's so much more worse than when men cheat, because women form connections emotionally with who they're cheating with. Look at that. And what's clear is that emotional cheating goes outside of boundaries. Look at that. Guys, I don't really care what all this is. All I'm saying is guys get cheated on for the same reason, guys. Look at that. And she says, Beth sat down to talk with Sue. I noticed that you're spending more and more time with Amanda. I feel like she's starting to meet your needs for you that I should be meeting. I want to take the responsibility for meeting your needs. And guys, we all know that if you try and say, hey, why are you hanging out with XYZ? They always go,
How dare you?
Look at that. Look at that. Guys, these chicks, I'm telling you, they're the biggest simps. They deal with all the problems that simps do, but 10 times worse, guys. And it's hilarious because they honestly think, and yet they'll still try and find a way to blame it on men. Watch. They'll be like, oh, the reason why women seek attention from each other is because of patriarchy, right? Clown world. Look at that. Look at that. All right, you guys, this is AJ. I appreciate you guys. Check out the rest of the playlist. I am out of here, guys. Have a good one.